did you like my cards made with the pocket flip and fold inserts? Weren't they gorgeous? And how about making a rose today? I have been getting a lot of queries as to how I make my rose. So here I am today sharing with you my way of making the rose using the classic rose stamp and die set from Heartfelt Creations. Now I have used the archival plum ink to stamp out the images from my classic rose stamp set, and then using the coordinating die I have cut out the flowers. I'll be using the largest of the 5 flowers from the die set with the edges and then colored with the plum ink as well. So here are the 5 flowers which I require to make my rose. I am using this Art Institute glitter which dries clear, and it's a wonderful glue, and the stylus which comes in this Heartfelt Creations Deluxe Flower Making Toolkit, which has all that is required to make gorgeous flowers. So we will be embossing on this using our stylus, and let's start making the rose. So for the first layer, just turn the flower upside down, and on the back side emboss using a medium sized ball tool, and then repeat this for the second layer as well. So first 2 layers will be embossed in the same manner as I am showing you here, and then you have to cup the layers a little. Now for the third layer, you again start embossing lightly for all the petals like I am doing it here, and then using the tweezer, what you have to do is curl the petals outwards. For this you just need to curl the tip of the petal. Just hold the tip of the petal between the tweezer and maneuvering your wrist, turn the petals outwards, and then keeping the tweezer between the petals, just squeeze them like this here. Give a little more shape to the petals by turning and curling the tip of each petal outwards, and then using the stylus cup the flower. Now for the fourth layer, I am again curling the tip of the petals outwards, beginning from right and going to the left, and then embossing it a little on my embossing foam pad, and then cupping it. So this gives my fourth layer. Now for the fourth layer, you also have to give the petal a U shape by keeping the petals on the finger and then curling them down, giving it a U shape. I am showing this again on the last layer, that is the 5th layer. Here also you have to give a U shape to the petal as I am doing it here. So that completes the embossing of the petals. Now let us start making the rose. So for this, I have to first make the inner bud. For this, you just take one of the petal and with help of the tweezer, curl the petal inwards in the shape of a cone like I am doing it here, and roll it between your finger to secure the shape. You can then, this is how it should look like. It looks like a cone, and then you can adhere the cone so that it does not open up with the help of the glue. Hold it for a few seconds between your fingers till it holds together. It just takes a few seconds, and then what we have to do now, see, it will hold together. You have to bring the opposite end overlapping on this. So again I am applying glue on the opposite end and overlapping on the cone shape and bringing the opposite petal on the top of the cone. This is how it should look like. Roll it between your fingers so that it sticks well to the cone shape, and this is how it should look like. The opposite petal completely overlaps the cone which we have made. Now you apply glue on the other 3 petals and just bring them together one by one beside each other, holding well from the base like this. Just roll it between your fingers and hold it for a few seconds till all the petals are stuck together, and then using the tweezer, curl the petal tips outwards like I am doing it here. This gives us the inner core or the bud, center bud of the rose, you can also use this first part as a bud for making a lot of rose buds on your project. So this gives the inner core of the rose. This is how it looks like. I hope this part is clear up till now. Now let us begin the layers. Again you take the second layer and apply glue on the layers, and then taking the core, just put the base on the petal, coinciding the center of the petal with the middle of the petal of the second layer. The center of the petal of the first bud will coincide with the middle petal of the second layer. Again bring all the petals together like I am doing it here, one by one, beside each other, with one part going inside the other part of the petal, overlapping. So this is how we are building up the second layer of the rose. Again roll it between the fingers, making sure that the base is well attached to each other, and then this is how we are rolling it between our fingers so that it really attaches well to the inner core of the rose. And then again, using the tweezer, we will curl the petals outwards as we had done for the first layer. I hope my rose is beginning to take shape now. I'm already loving it. Again, you can use this part as a bigger bud for your projects. So this is how the central bud of the rose looks like. If any part you think requires more glue, please stick it together. We don't want our rose to open up later on. Now let's start adding the third layer. For the third layer, this is the third layer which we will be using, where we had pinched the petals together between the tweezer. So this is the third layer. Again I am applying glue, and then in a similar manner as we had done for the first and second layer, the line of the petal should coincide with the middle of the third layer petal, and again bring the petals together, overlapping side by side. So that makes a bigger bud or a bigger rose or a smaller version of a rose. So this is how the flower is already taking its shape. Again make sure that the base is firmly adhered to each other. Hold this flower very gently between your fingers. Don't press it too hard or you might lose the shape of the rose. Now start adding the fourth layer. Just apply glue, put the flower in the center and bring all the layers together. This is how my rose is beginning to bloom now. This is a smaller rose. You can also use this rose for smaller cards and projects. And now let's add the last layer, which will give the full and final picture to our rose. So this is it. We have added the last layer, and this is how my rose looks like. I find this way really easy to make very quick roses. And now what I'm going to do is adding a little leaves, because I find all flowers incomplete without leaves. Just twist and turn the petals a little and adhere the flower to the rose. Adhere the flowers on the leaves. So here is the rose. I hope you liked it.